Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the future of hospitality. The first thing I would like to do actually is to present to you the future of hospitality. She is here today, and she is arriving.
Hyvää päivää ja tervetuloa.
Her name is Pikkuhy, kind of a male rough voice still.
Good morning and thank you very much for the introduction. I don't have a glove and I don't dance, so I prefer walking around here rather than do some Michael Jackson impersonation here. There was a slide here that said the future of, what was it saying? Of hospitality. First of all, we have to ask ourselves the question, is there a future? Before you can discuss what future. Because you have a lot of industry that actually don't have a future. And sadly enough, often people don't even know that they work or engage. You know, if you're 58, it doesn't matter, or 60, but if you're young, engage in an industry that has no future and you don't know about it, there comes a hard awakening at one point in time. Does hospitality have a future? My father told me people will always need to sleep, to eat, and to drink. So it's basic servicing, basic necessity. And this will never go out of fashion. I don't think that anytime soon we stop drinking, eating, or sleeping. The question is to be with the right product, at the right place, with the right price.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be back. As you may know, we were here 6 years ago. We were here 4 years ago. So it's a true honor to be back for a third time. We love Helsinki. We love the Finnish people we've met. And we've got some wonderful stuff to share with you today. So we're going to be talking about the Hotel of the Future, 10 forces, and over 100 ideas. So the 10 forces we're going to share with you today are not necessarily things we see happening in hotels right now. Some are things we've observed around the world. Some are things that are starting to form. But most of the 10 forces are actually things that are happening outside of the hospitality industry.
So yeah, Matt, you want to introduce the 10 forces?
Sure. So I'll give you a quick glimpse we're going to go through 10 forces very quickly. May pause along the way to give you a quick quiz to make sure you've been paying attention, and then we'll wrap at some point. But think how many times you're in a restaurant and there's so little you know about your own food. So could we not create an interface that allows us, without bothering the chef, to hold something over your food and instantly learn where the ingredients came from, how it was made, the nutritional content. There can be a much larger story we can unlock in our food and our hotel experiences. So these are photos not of a hotel, but America Online's or AOL's headquarters. And it's really fascinating what's happening in office design and how that could inspire hospitality. So here, instead of a bunch of cubicles in a conference room that's gray and boxed in, they've made it a very open space. So you could fluidly go from working at your desk to a conference room that's open, it's surrounded by glass, which lets other people walk by and have sort of serendipitous collisions happen. So you could see what someone's working on, duck your head in and say, you know what, have you guys thought about this? So that porous way of creating a space is unique. So I want to switch gears and talk about mind-blowing marketing. With the rise of social media and technology, there's so many cool things you can do. And while getting the product right is the most important thing and delivering the right service, how you express that can often be just as important.
I'll take this one.
All right. I've never seen the slide before,
Yeah,
so go for it.
Looks like some people at a bus terminal. This is actually a marketing mechanism that was developed by McCain, who is actually trying to introduce their new potatoes to the marketplace. And what they did during the winter months was install a hand warmer, that is a potato, within the bus shelter that actually pumps out the smell of baked potatoes. And while you're there, coupons come out the bottom. So it's very clever marketing.
Another technological experiment that's happening right now, the Institute of Northern Taiwan rather, is the idea of using hand gestures for keys. So imagine having no room key whatsoever. At check-in, they just ask you to make a motion with your hands, so you could just go like this, for instance.
That's how to get in Matt's room, by the way.
Yes. Now I've blown it away. Yes. Just go like that, thumbs up, come on in. And then when you go to your guest room, you could do that, and your room would open over and over. So after a night of drinking, you're stuck in the hallway because you have no idea what you did earlier.
Can I talk about Audi?
No, go right ahead.
Let's just look for a second to the auto industry again. Audi's doing some pretty incredible things. This is a new car concept. It's completely covered in OLEDs, the organic light-emitting diodes. But this car is interesting because it's electric and it charges itself while it's in the garage. You don't have to plug it in. It just, in the parking spot, it moves the power supply from the floor, from a pad on the floor, directly up into the vehicle. This car parks itself. You merely need to get out of the car outside the garage. It knows how to look for parking space and park itself and then come back to you.
So the same thing we saw happening with the factory workers, eventually we'll get there with chauffeurs to the airport and that sort of thing. Self-driving cars where you'll be able to get in and the car will drive them. Can I get a car for you? And only a car. Yes. Remember in Canada, that joke
That
worked
joke
really well?
killed in Canada. I don't know why. They
They're in
love Audi up
Montreal.
there.
They're like, great joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope you enjoyed our quick travel through the world of innovation and potential innovations. We'll give you a glimpse at our 10 forces here. We were able to touch on the first 5.
We're going to need more time this afternoon. All
Yeah.
right.
Again, 9-hour presentation. So we've got 5 more to share with you, but we enjoyed presenting to you and hope you enjoyed our talk. Thank you. Kiitos.
May I first please ask you all to stand up? I noticed that I'm wearing a bit different than you. It's because we are doing next Asahi. It's a Finnish health workout system. And this is the moment you can clear your mind. Just concentrate on your breathing and how your body moves right now. Good. Next. Good everybody. And then you can take your friend's hand and say, remember to relax always. Yeah. And
Thank you. I'm standing here on this floor because I'm rather tall, so you see me a little bit better. And I can be more to my products because I want to play with you a little bit and I want to show a bit about our products. But before the question was, did you know what was in the Future Shack snack, what you've eaten just 5 minutes before? And I asked a few of you in there, and they said, well, it was reindeer, yes, it was nice, yes. And then I asked, what was on top of it? Was there something on top? Nobody knows. So there were 2 products from us. And that was one, was the apple blossom, that is very sour, and the other one, the green one, was one of our Cress sorts. And so with that I know that we can a lot work to do here the coming few years in Finland, because nobody knows about our products. Did you have this electrical feeling like you had a battery around? It's just to clean in your mouth. Yeah? When we should drink a glass of wine afterwards, you have your mouth is clean and you can taste the wine better than before. So I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ari. Is everybody awake? That was really, really great. I'm from the University of Delaware in the U.S. How many have heard of Delaware? Fantastic. It's actually discovered by the Swedes, the Dutch, and the English, so kind of close. And nice to be back in Europe. I'm going to give you tapas of trends, if you will. So I have many, many slides, about 100 slides. So I'll go quick because the Wonder Boys from Chicago talked about some of the things, so we can go pretty quick. And if you're interested in the book, it's available through the American Hotel and Lodging Association, and it's not too expensive. So if you're interested in more, please go. But that fundamentally, we're doing a lot better today. We see that there's growth in most places in the world in terms of lodging growth. And in the U.S. anyway, the supply is dropping and demand is increasing. Because of the lower supply, we're able to sell more rooms, charge more, get a higher average daily rate. Here's a new product that people are working on. You see the cruise ship on the left-hand side. Anybody ever see this? It's called Air Cruise. It's actually a floating cruise ship, and it goes a lot slower than a plane. Here's some slides of what it looks like, some of the slides of the inside. So it's a leisurely way to travel over land and over sea. A cruise ship can't go over land, but this can. So this is called Air Cruise. And when it arrives at the destination, it will dock at the city. That will be their hotel. So there's a competitive threat to hotels. It will be in the city. People will get off the Air Cruise, be able to go to shows, go to theater, go to restaurants, and then come back onto the Air Cruise. Tel Aviv. So here we are in Israel. It's really one of the top medical destinations, and they brand this and market this as a medical mecca for world-class medical tourism. And when you come into the Hilton, there's actually a medical concierge that will be with you when you seek your medical care in the clinics or in the hospitals. So they're doing a really good job on that. There are other places, Bangkok, one of the countries tend to have their specialties. In India, there's only like 250,000 hotel rooms, 250,000 in the whole country of India. In the United States, there's 4.8 million hotel rooms. So India, it's like Miami and Orlando combined. So there's a real need, you can see, for hotel rooms to meet that population. And if you listen to Richard Branson, I heard him again, but I've been following his work because in New Mexico, in the U.S., they're building a space station, and he's charging $200,000 to go up into space, and he's already got a waiting list. Should start 2013, is what they're saying. So when you're in space, I think you get like 12 sunrises and 12 sunsets, and you have quite an experience of a lifetime. That's it. I think I finished on time, Ari, huh? More or less.
Good you said that, yes. More or less. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.